Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and thank you for being here today. As always, if you are new here and you are interested in tarot readings, true crime cases, missing persons cases, please consider subscribing. For those of you who come back every week, I thank you so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. Again, I want to apologize because I took another hiatus and I have been really neglectful on making videos and responding, and I'm oh so sorry. I have no excuse except for the fact that I have been completely and utterly obsessed with the Johnny Depp case, the trial. Okay, I watched the live feed of the court proceedings all day, and then I watch commentary at night, and it has just taken a front row seat in my life right now. So I'm kind of really looking forward to the end of it so I can get back into my regular routine. But I really went down the rabbit hole, and this is going to be the second video that I've done on this case. And once I can hopefully get this done, and then we know what the verdict is going to be, then I can get back into my regular requested videos once a week. So I apologize about that. I will update you guys later on the garden. That's doing really well. I'm trying to keep this video a little bit shorter than normal, so I'm going to try. No promises, but I'm going to try. This video today, like I said, is part 2. Okay, I did a video on the Depp trial a few weeks ago, and yeah, I was watching the video, but I knew nothing of, and I'm going to refer to her as the ex-wife. Okay, I thought about calling her the turd, but I thought that was a little bit disrespectful, so I'm just going to refer to her as ex-wife because I don't want to use her name. So at that point in time when I did my first video, I knew nothing of her. Nothing of her. Never knew her before. I've seen clips of the deposition videos from way back when, and I've watched a few of them, but at that time I didn't even know her name. I just thought, wow, what a smug individual. But I knew nothing of her, nothing about her. If you had told me that she was an actress at that time, that would be news to me. Okay, never heard of her, didn't know any background about her until just recently. So yes, I do know more, a lot more now than I did a couple weeks ago when I did the first video. So what I'm going to do this time for this video is I've got a set of questions, and I want to go through number one, how does she feel her case is going? How does she feel about the direction of her case? And how does she feel? Good, scared, whatever. How does she feel about her lawyers? How does she feel about the jury? How does the jury feel about her? How does the jury feel about Depp? Maybe even how she feels about the judge, and how the judge feels about her and Depp as well. And then I want to end on the jury verdict. Okay, and this is all for entertainment purposes. Let me just throw that in there. So that's how we're gonna do this reading today. I think I'm only gonna use one deck, which is gonna be the Book of Shadows Tarot Volume 2. It's a modern deck. I've only used it a handful of times, so I'm still getting to know the images on here, but I really, really like it. And so I did use it yesterday. I do want to say this. Yesterday, I wish I had recorded it. It was unbelievable. I did a quick, probably 5-minute pull for myself. Every once in a while, if I get curious about a case, I'll just, pull a couple of cards just to, satisfy my curiosity. And so I did that yesterday on these particular questions. And one of the things that came out was unbelievable, and it was something that I had never given a thought. I don't even know if it's possible for the jury to come back with that verdict, but it was about the verdict, and it was unreal. I am going to tell you what it is at the end of the video. I'm going to wait to see what comes out today, and then I'll tell you what it was at the end of the video. I don't usually like to do that because I like the fact that I shuffle and pull in front of you. That's one thing that you will never see me do. You will never see me just have cards laying out already pulled and ready, and then the camera turns on and then I go over those cards, because it's like I want you to know that I'm shuffling and pulling these cards randomly in front of you. You see it. The cards I'm seeing for the first time, I'm seeing them at the same time as you, and I'm going over them. So I don't like the fact that I can't say that. I just would never do that. So I don't like to really talk about something that you didn't see me pull. But I will mention it because it was such a new thought that it was just like mind-blowing. So I will mention that at the end. All right. So First question is how does the ex-wife, how does she feel about her case? How does she feel things are going? You know, are they working in her favor? Are they working against her? Is she nervous? Is she confident? Let's see what she thinks. How does she feel about her case? All right. And I don't know if I said this, but private readings are always available. I may have said this. I don't remember, but I just need to say it again in case I did forget. If you want a private reading, I'll have all the information in the description box. And you can reach out to me. All right. So how does she feel about how her case is going? All right. How does she feel about the case so far? Oh, interesting. Interesting. Okay, this is a card that came out yesterday too, and it came out reversed as well. The Ten of Pentacles. That's the money card. That's the money card, okay? That tells me that this case to her, okay, to her, is about money. It's finances. That is her main priority. The Ten of Pentacles, like I said, is money, and it's comfortable money, okay? That's a good card, but it's coming out reversed. So that tells me that her concern, it's not the reputation. It's not, anything along those lines. Her concern is losing money. That is her main priority. For the Pentacle card to come up to be her first card about her feelings really, to me, says a lot, okay? So she's worried. She's worried that she's either going to lose money or she's not going to gain any money, okay? That's her main concern. So let me pull one more. How does she feel about how her case is going? Well, we've got another reversed, the Four of Swords. So this kind of tells me that she's not that happy with the outcome of her trial so far, or she's not happy with the way it's going, okay? The Four of Swords is, let's see here. We've got, usually it's a rest card, right? It's the man that's the guy in the armor that's usually laying on the bed. His four swords are hung up. It's just kind of taking a break, resting. Hers, and it's a break that is needed, okay? If you look at this deck here, it looks like she's kind of overwhelmed. She's in her office, and it looks like she has a ton of things going on. She's multitasking, she's working, and she just needs that break. She needs to recoup. She needs to get her mind together and just stop doing what she's doing for a minute. The fact that it's coming out reversed tells me that, she needs to stop with what she's doing, but she refuses. She refuses. I've heard some people on YouTube say, you know what, if she would just come out and take some responsibility, or she would just say, hey, she could have avoided this whole thing entirely, okay? But she chose to keep pushing. And to me, this card really shows that personality of when she needs to stop something, she doesn't. She continues. This is like a non-rest card, the way it's coming out, okay? So there's times where she should be raising the white flag, and she does the exact opposite. She charges in. Whether it's a lose-lose situation or not, she charges in no matter what. And that's not going in her favor. And I think that because it's coming out, she's actually now having that thought of regret that I maybe shouldn't have done this, but I'm too far in now. I've got to keep going. There's no way I can back out now. I'm too far in. Okay, so I want to ask about how she feels about her lawyer. So I don't really feel like, just to go back to these two, she doesn't have the best outlook right now. She's not happy. She's concerned. She is concerned a little bit, and I think that there's a little bit of regret on her side as well for allowing it to get to this point. But she made her bed, so she has to lay in it now. And so it's kind of that's what happens. But I want to know how she feels about her lawyers and her overall team with the work that they've done so far. We have the the 7, so the Chariot, that's Major Arcana, and then we have the 9 of Cups reversed. And the Chariot's reversed as well. She's not happy with her team. Okay, these are both good cards. Pretty good cards when they come out upright, but when they come out reversed, it's kind of the opposite. It's interesting about, and okay, this is a sidetrack, and because this is a card that I pulled yesterday. Just keep this in mind, okay? Just make a note that this is a 7, okay? And the jurors, I believe, are 9, okay? They have 9 jurors that are in the jury box that are listening. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, I heard somewhere that the judge will eventually at the end randomly, and I don't know how she does it, but randomly chooses 7 jurors that will go back in deliberation. So 2 of them will not, okay? But 9 are out there. I don't know why that is. I don't know anything about it, but we've got 7 people. And we've got a number 7, and we have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 5 people in the car, but this is a 7. And you've got a group of people, and to me, they all, just keep that in mind, they all look like they're in unison. Okay, we've got a 7 card, and we've got a group of people that are all in unison. So that's all I'll say about it for now. All right, but anyway, for this particular question, how she feels about her attorneys, this is her team. This is her team, basically, okay? And again, they're all in unison. They all think alike. They're all together. They're one team. They're one unit, okay, working on her behalf. All right? But it's, for whatever reason, not good enough. She's not happy with what they're doing. And I say that she's not happy with what they're doing because they look quite happy. They look like they're content. They're having a good time. They're all on the same page, having a good time, moving forward, going someplace, going places, however you want to look at it. But that's her team. She's not happy with them. She's not happy with the way the direction is going. This is a car, okay? This is the Chariot. It's movement forward. She is not happy with the direction of the case. The direction that her lawyers are taking this case. She's very, very disappointed. And again, that just is emphasized here again with the 9 of Cups reversed. Look at it. It's celebration. It's happiness. It's content. It's friends, family, having a good time, all those good things. It's like the opposite. She's worried. She is worried about the outcome of this case. And for what? Because of this, because of the finances, because of the financial loss. Okay, that's what she's concerned about. She's not happy, and I believe that this is coming out because this is what she expected in the beginning. You know, she thought that this was going to be a means to celebrate. She was expecting the 10 of Cups as an outcome. She thought she was doing the good fight. She thought she was fighting the good fight, that this would be worth it in the end. She thought her team was a good one. She thought that they were going to, pull it on past the winning line, all right, okay, or whatever. I mean, this is what she went in thinking. She thought that she had this in the bag, and now that time has passed, she is now starting to wonder, and she's not happy. Let me pull one more on the lawyers, how she feels about the lawyers. Okay. Yeah, 7 of Cups. So, okay, let me look at this one for a second. So we've got the 7 of Cups. That is that dream state. That's that dreamy card, okay? Not being able to, indecisiveness, not being able to decide what you're going to do. Constantly weighing options, okay? So you can see, it looks like she's kind of daydreaming, right? She's sitting there, and she's all these cups here, all these different copies of her represent her thoughts on different things. But then again, this is her thoughts on the lawyer, right? So it's it's almost like she doesn't know what to think. She doesn't know what to do. She's already in it. Those are her lawyers. Those are the cards that she has been dealt. For whatever reason, I don't know why she decided on those attorneys. Maybe they were the only ones that would take her case. I don't know. Maybe maybe she heard good things about them. Maybe she looked into their reputation. Maybe they had her thinking that she had a really good chance of winning. I don't know what the reasons are, but I think that now she is actually struggling to figure out, number one, why she has them, why they are her team, and, almost kind of just in disbelief that this is how it's turning out. Really in disbelief and just stuck. She's stuck. To me, I'm looking at this as a stagnation. It's indecisiveness like this, and this is really indecisiveness. This is like, to me, definitely not able to make a decision, not knowing how to even make make a move to even try to make a decision. And so it's beyond that. It's beyond changing. It's beyond getting a new team. It's just, that's what it is. Okay. It's also a 7 again. So we've got 2 7s that have popped up. So let's just keep the number 7 in mind. All right. So now I want to ask how she feels about the jury. What's her feelings on the jury? Because that's what matters at the end of the day, right? It's not public opinion, it's what the jury thinks. So what's her feelings on the jury? Just quickly, this card, I remember this card. It's the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Cups. So this is a complete different vibe from the traditional 8 of Cups. The traditional 8 of Cups shows a man in a robe, and he's facing away from us, and he's walking away from his cups. Looks like there's one cup missing, but there isn't. And it just can symbolize so many things. It can, represent moving past things, putting things behind us, looking, seeking, searching, leaving, whatever. All right, but this is a totally different vibe for the 8 of Cups. I'm not even really even considering that definition for it. This to me looks like a woman who is working. She is focused. She is working hard on something, okay? Now, did this come out reversed? I don't think it did. There's a little bit of magician-like feeling that I get from this card. Okay, I don't know what this thing is here. I don't know if it's a pen or a large pen or a pencil, but to me, at first glance, it looks like a wand. So I feel like there's a little bit of magic to this card. Okay, we have a lot of books, we have a lot of research, we have a lot of it's been rumored that allegedly she reads a lot. That may be true, I don't know. But I kind of lean towards it is because of the fact that there's so many books. So this is her, okay? So how does she feel about the jury? I feel like she feels like she's working the jury. She's working her magic on the jury in her mind. This is her working magic, doing research on how to act, on how to present herself, okay? Things that she should be doing. I think that she does a lot of research with these books, and I think that she takes a lot of notes on the behavior that you should be having on the stand and the behavior that witnesses, or not witnesses, but juries like to see. So I think that this is kind of her, thinking that she's doing magic, basically, okay, on them. So I think that she actually feels at this point she's winning them over. All right, so how does she feel about the jury? All right, so this one fell out. I'm going to take that, and that's the 5 of Cups. She is doing her best to win them over, and she feels like she's sprinkling a little bit of her magical magic on them, but she's not convinced that she has convinced them. Okay, the 5 of Cups is definitely a not so happy cup or a card. It can represent sometimes depression, as it shows here. This woman is not looking too happy, right? I have a feeling that this is her feelings. Well, because this is a question on how she feels how she feels about the jury. I think that it represents a little bit of what she picks up from the jury, what they're emanating out to her, the vibes that she's picking up, and her feelings, okay? And they're not good. She's worried. She is worried. She's been putting out the magic. She's been doing everything that she can to spin a narrative. She's been doing everything that she can to make them think that, you know, she is being truthful and being honest, and how she's behaving is what she should be behaving like. She's working on that. But there's I'm surprised actually that this came out, because I was under the impression that she was in a state of denial, and that perhaps she thought she was winning them over. But this actually says different. This actually says that she's not happy with the way, she's definitely not happy with this jury. There's something about this jury that is making her concerned. Okay, so I don't know what that is. I don't know if, you know, I don't know what kind of cues, body cues that they send out. I don't know what they're doing, facial expressions, how they look at her. We know that she looks at them often. Let's ask that question really quick. How does the jury, I want to ask how the jury feels about her staring. All right, so that fell out, but I want to pull another card. How does the jury feel about her staring at them all the time? How does the jury feel about her looking at them? They don't like it at all. The Ace of Swords reversed. Ouch. The Ace of Swords is a good card when it comes out upright. It represents some, you know, flash of a new idea, a new experience, something like that. That's a good thing. It's you know, not necessarily a bad card at all. All aces to me are good cards when they're upright. But this is coming out reversed, and it just doesn't have a very good vibe, okay? Now, interesting about this particular card, because it just reminded me of when Camille Vasquez ended up bringing into evidence into the courtroom for the jury to look at the very knife that the ex bought for Johnny Depp for his birthday. Very ironic for a person who claims that they are scared for their life, how they would purchase something like that for a gift, right? I feel like, and this is the question about how they feel about the way she looks at them, but there's something to me about this sword and that knife that are very similar, and I think that that made a bigger impact than what we think. I have not given that knife a second thought. When she brought it out, I thought, wow, that's impactful, right? That's intense. But I've never given it a thought since then. I've been focused on other things. For some reason, though, I feel like the jury has really, there's something important about them seeing that knife. There's something important about seeing that knife. And there's something here, they're not buying what she's given. They're just not buying what she's selling here. They don't like the fact that she's looking at them. They don't like it. That's new to them, okay? That's not a good new, but it is new to them. They didn't expect it, and they don't like it. It makes them feel uncomfortable. And then we have the Seven of Wands that fell out. Okay, so, you know, Seven of Wands, again, is usually kind of like a defensive card. You know, so I'm going to kind of go with that defense. And look at the way she's dressed. You know, look at the way she has her hair pulled. She's got her glasses on. She's got her business suit attire. She's sitting up there, you know, giving directions on something. I feel like this is definitely... this is what she's presenting to them, right? But they're not buying it. They're just not buying it. They see her as, I don't know, there's something about the red in the bottom by the legs with the lizards, and there's just something here off about this one that I don't feel like they're buying what she's selling, like I said, and they don't like her looking at them. And there's something about that knife that I feel is important for them, that really grabbed their attention, and they haven't been able to forget about it. All right. All right, so quick question. How does the jury feel about Johnny Depp? How does the jury feel about Johnny Depp? Four of Wands. Interesting. So we have a Halloween scene. Very interesting. Let me just look at this one for a minute. Halloween, fall, pumpkin, disguises, pretending. That is so interesting. Very interesting on that one. That came out reversed. I don't think that they're definitely not giving him a free pass of who he is, or because of who he is. So that to me tells me right away that that's just, the Four of Wands is a lot of times celebration. Okay, that's what this is. But they've made it into a Halloween celebration. It's a Halloween party. And it's typically the church, or looks like a church. And so it can represent sometimes relation or marriages and things like that. But it's a celebration is what it is. And it's coming out reversed. So there's a little bit of almost, I get the impression that the jury isn't impressed with either one of them, but they're definitely not impressed with her. But there's something about him as well. So let me pull another card here. How does the jury feel about Johnny Depp? There's something about the theme of Halloween, though, that's making me think of his characters, his movie characters, his roles. That's what I was looking at when I first pulled it. The first thing I thought was character, movie character. Okay. All right. Interesting that he also pulled an ace. That's interesting. She pulled an ace of swords reversed. He pulled an ace of wands upright. So I do believe that they are definitely swaying more to his side than they are hers, but there's some things that they take for a grain of salt. They don't take everything that he says for actual 100%. Okay? I think that they want to make sure that in this case with two actors, that they want to get the authentic and real person. They don't want character. They don't want a mask. They don't want that. They want the real person. And I actually, with it being next to the Ace of Wands, I get the feeling that they do believe that this is his true character. I really do. Now, if I had just left it at that, I would say no. But because I did pull the Ace of Wands right after, that makes me feel differently about this one being reversed. And so, cautious. They went in cautious, right? They didn't just take it for granted that it was true. But I think over time, as the case has went on and, we've gotten more information, I think that they have changed their perspective, and they have now started to think, okay, I think that there's some authenticity here with him. So that's a good thing. And then we have, let me see, how does the jury feel about Depp? Okay, so I want to ask about how does Depp feel about the jury? How does Depp feel about the jury? Judgment. Wow. I think he's judgment. Fairness. This is the fairness card. If you can pull a fairness card, this is the card right there. His concern. Remember how ex-wife's first card came out, and it was the Ten of Pentacles reversed, which is telling me that her priority is monetary. Okay, and I wish this had been. I think I got happy because I was thinking it was justice, but it's judgment. Okay, so but this is again fairness. This is getting what you deserve, whether it be good, bad, or in between. Okay, that is what he is hoping for. He is just hoping for the truth to come out and the right consequences or the right outcome to be fair. Okay, he just wants, and it does to me kind of go hand in hand with justice. Okay, so I think that is his concern, and I think that that's what he is expecting from this jury. I think that he is expecting fair, impartial response from them. Okay, and let me ask really quick about how he feels about his team. So how does he feel about his team, his team of lawyers, and how they've done so far? The Star reversed. So that actually is surprising. That surprises me because it makes me feel like there's something there that he's not completely happy with. And I don't get that vibe when I'm watching him. You know, you get the vibe that he is absolutely content and happy with his team, and vice versa. You know, they believe in their client and they are representing him to the best of their ability, and he is grateful to have them. That's what you get, right? But there's something here interesting that makes me feel like there's something. I don't know if it's you know, maybe he didn't get everybody on his team that he wanted at one point, because I know that there was another attorney that he was seeking, and she just did not have time to take the case. So there could be a little bit of that, but that's odd. Let me pull one more and see. Okay, why is the sun coming out reversed? Why is the sun coming out reversed? How does he feel about his team? How does he feel about his team? All right, so we have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Huh. The Queen of Cups. Very interesting Queen of Cups. These court cards in this particular deck have partners in all of them, as far as I remember. It's weird, you know, because I'm used to just seeing the court cards with that particular person on the card, and that's it. But these court cards have like a couple. And the Queen here is showing an emotional woman being, you know, kind of soothed or comforted by, it looks like maybe her husband or partner or something. So again, you know, the Queen of Cups, cups being emotions, usually I get the opposite. I get when the Queen comes out upright, this is somebody who is, you know, fairly good at, you know, controlling their emotions, and they're compassionate, they're fair, they're honest, they make you feel comfortable to go to them, they're just down to earth, they're that motherly, caretaking type of personality. But they can also sometimes have their bad days, and you know, everything seems to kind of, you know, not go how they wanted, and you know, it can be like this. So there's something here now, and he has different females on his team. But there's something here about, you know, there is a female that is very, very stressed. Okay, so I don't know what's going on here, you know, and it's looking as if he is comforting this person. So I don't know. I'm not sure. Let me just pull one more card on that, because this is not what I expected for how he feels about his team. Let me pull one more. The King of Swords. So we have the Queen of Cups and we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is interesting. It's a female this time. And she is, look, taking charge. She's, you know, making a speech or whatever, or giving a, you know, whatever, a slideshow. And they're all listening attentively to her, right? Swords is our mind, it's our thoughts, it's our consciousness, our intelligence. And so you can see that this person here is, you know, very intelligent, very smart, knows what she's probably talking about, very in tune to what she's talking about, and they respect her. So again, there's something here, I don't know. That's an interesting one. I don't know, but I feel like there's something that he's not quite content with. Is there a weak link in the team? I don't feel that way. I don't feel that way at all. I don't know. That's a weird one. I'm gonna have to leave it there. I don't know. I'd be curious to see what you guys think. If you think that, if they're, you know, pulling something from this that I'm not pulling, but very interesting. All right, so then I want to ask, okay, I want to ask about, whoops, the judge. I'll pull that one. Well, yeah, I'm going to pull it. I want to ask about the judge and how the judge feels about the ex, and then I'll pull a card to see how she feels about Depp. And then I'll see what that card was too. Okay, so this is the ex, the Three of Swords. Yeah, I don't feel like she... I don't really feel like the judge is buying, you know, anything that's coming out on that side. Okay, I don't think that she is really falling for any of that. What do we got here? We got keys, crying, bills, heartbreak. Interesting deck, very interesting deck, but I don't think, if I'm going by emotions, I don't think that the judge is buying. She's frustrated even. She's very frustrated, I think, at certain points, but I think that she does a really good job at kind of masking that frustration. But I do think that she can get frustrated at the ex at times. How does she feel about Johnny Depp? How does she feel about Johnny Depp? Interesting. Temperance. What a night and day set of cards. The Three of Swords for the ex, and the Temperance card for Johnny. So to me, just the fact that we have a Three of Swords, which is just a regular old card, compared to a Major Arcana, tells me that she holds him in a higher level. Okay, she sees him as more I think mature, and I don't mean because of the status in what they do for a living at all. That's not how she's judging him. She's judging him more on a mental level. She is holding him a little bit more, she sees him as a little bit more mentally stable and balanced. Okay, temperance is balance. It's all about balance. Balance and moderation. She is holding him, she sees him as more balanced mentally than the other one. Okay, so this actually, because this is a Swords card and this is a Temperance card, she actually, I think, looks at the ex as being a little bit off balance. There's some off balance there. Very interesting, very interesting. And then this one fell out. So we have the Two of Swords reversed. Two of Swords reversed. You know, that's, you know, the Two of Swords is having to make a decision, and you know, not being able to move forward until that decision has been made. And it's a mental thing. It's a mental decision. Like you've got to come to this conclusion in your mind and in your heart and in your soul, that's what you're going to do, and then you move forward and you do it, or you can't move forward until you do it, rather. And so this is kind of like a stagnation card. That's how I look at it. And so it kind of makes me feel like at this point in time, I don't even know if the judge has any kind of feeling whatsoever which way this is going to go. I think that she too is waiting to see the results of everything. She's waiting for all of the evidence, the totality of the evidence, which is what she should be doing. I think that this really, really, really explains that she is fair and impartial. She's listening to both sides. Yes, she does feel that he's a little bit more stable and you know, balanced. There's some things about the ex's mental stability, or instability rather, but she's trying her best to remain impartial and fair to both of them. This is the judge, right? This is the judge. This is the card that fell out, by the way, that I put to the side. So she's really, really doing a good job at remaining fair and balanced, listening to everything and waiting until the very end to kind of make her own assessment. Now, she will not be the one making the decision ultimately, but I'm sure that just being a human being, she's going to have something in her mind about how she feels about what way she thinks this is going to go, or what way she thinks it should go. And she's trying not to do that. Okay, she's trying not to do that herself. So that's actually good. It really, to me, says a lot about the judge. And then finally, last but not least, is what is going to be the jury verdict. Okay, so what can we look for as far as the verdict of the jury? Okay, jury verdict. Let's see what we got here. Ace of Pentacles. We have a financial card. We do have a financial card coming out. So that's interesting because that's what this case is about, right? The actual lawsuit is a defamation lawsuit started by Johnny for $50 million. We know that the ex countersued for $100 million. At the very center of this case, it is about, well, not at the center of the case, but the result is going to decide whether or not one or both of these people are going to get money. Probably not both, right? It's either one or none is what I'm imagining. So this is money, and they are very much taking it into consideration as to how this money is going to be divvied up. Okay, so the Ace of Pentacles is laying a foundation. It's starting. They're already working in their mind. They kind of are putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Look at how these rocks are being maneuvered. It's like there's a method to the madness. Okay, they know what they're doing. They're not just moving rocks around. So there's definitely something I think that they number one, I think the jury is taking their job seriously, and I think that they're really already kind of, those wheels are moving in a certain direction. Okay, so let's see what else we have here. All right, the Sun reversed. I'm going to just pull a regular few cards here. The Sun and the Moon. Hold on a second. We've got the Sun reversed and the Moon upright. The Sun and the Moon. That's interesting. Wow. To me, when you look at two opposite cards like that, that makes me feel like they are definitely already comparing these two people as opposites. They are polar opposites of one another, the Sun and the Moon. These two people, I think that they have completely opposite views of both of them. Okay? They are not happy with the ex. They're not happy with her situation. They're not happy with what they're seeing, with what she's displaying. They're not buying it. They're not buying it. This is a happy-go-lucky celebration, warm, loving, whatever card you want to call it. But this is, to me, telling me that that's the, when it comes out upside down like that or reversed, that tells me that they're, again, not buying what she's selling. And then we have the Moon card, which I feel like this is Johnny Depp. And the Moon card is, again, if you kind of, even the cards kind of, to me, go with the vibe of these two characters, okay? The ex and Johnny. Johnny does kind of feel like more of a Moon vibe, that quiet, dark, mysterious type of poetic type of person. And then we have the party girl that's, always out there trying to have a good time and has her friends around and just is always, drinking and eating and laughing and hanging out and whatnot. But in the end, it's not really genuine, right? So it's reversed. And so I feel like this is a good indication that, yes, this is her and this is Johnny Depp. Now, as far as the jury is concerned, I think that they pick up on all of their vibes. I think that this is also a good indication that they're not fooled by anything, that they see what's being presented and they get it. Even though they're, instructed to not, watch any media or anything, have no doubt that they have the same impression that many of us do about these two people. They are seeing it themselves, okay? And they're seeing a side of Johnny Depp that's new to them. This is about exposing. This is about seeing and secrets and the light being shined on something, right? So it's like they're seeing him for the first time. It's like he's being exposed for the first time. This is new information about him that they weren't aware of before. And it's not a bad thing. If you look at how she is, gliding in the water, she looks very at peace and she's just very calm. And it's just, it's not a happy-go-lucky card, but it's not a bad card either. And I do believe that they like him on a personal level. They like him on a personal level because they're seeing his true characteristic come out. And they were cautious about that in the beginning. Remember that Four of Wands reversed with the Halloween scene? They were cautious because they didn't know if they were going to get an actor or the real thing. And I think that as time has went on, they've discovered that they're getting the real thing, and their opinion has went in more of his direction. All right, verdict. Let me add these cards back in really quick because I want to do this last card with a full deck. Okay, so verdict. Okay, so what do we got with the verdict here? Let me hit my jewel real quick. Okay. All right, the King of Wands. Let me pull one more. Let me pull this top card. The Star reversed. And let me pull the bottom card. Oops. And we have the Five of Wands. Okay, so interesting that the Five of Wands reversed came out in regards to the jury, because look at this. If you look at this scene, it looks like a group of people that are not in agreement about what's going on. They've got a calendar there, okay, so representing time, and then it's a 5. So that could indicate a time that it's going to take the jury to come up with a solution. Could it be 5 hours? Could it be 5 days? Let's keep that in mind. I'd be curious to see if there's any kind of 5 in that. And so I feel like there's going to be a lot of heated discussion, which kind of concerns me a little bit because I felt like they were all cohesive. But there's some fire behind the scenes. Okay, they are really, I think, invested more into this case than probably we think. Look at all that fire around the King of Wands. Okay, again, in this deck, the kings are females. I think the queens and the kings are females in this deck, if I'm not mistaken. But again, the king here has a couple of other people in the card with him, which isn't typical, but you can tell that this person is in charge, right? These people here are not on the same level as this person. This person's in charge, and they are really passionate about what they're doing. So I feel like they're passionate about making sure that they come up with the right decision, and it's not going to happen. I don't necessarily, it could be 5 hours, but it's not going to be immediate. It's not going to be like, oh, they just went and they're already done. It might be done in a day, but it's not going to be super, super quick. They are going to go back and discuss evidence. They are going to go over evidence. They are going to definitely, without a doubt, go over evidence, and they're going over it seriously. Okay, they are going to have laptops out. They're going to have paper, pen. They're going to be going over things. They're going to be looking at things. They're going to agree on some things. They're not going to agree on other things. I don't think it's going to be the result that we all think. There's going to be something that is disappointing about it. Let me pull 1 or 2 more cards here. Are they going to side in favor of the ex or Johnny Depp? We have this here. The King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I don't think that the money is going to be the result. I don't think that the ex is going to be happy with the outcome for the money. Okay, that's what to me, this directly goes to the ex, because for her it is about money. okay? For her, it is about these pentacles. That's her main concern. Pentacles, 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 money, money, money. It's not that way about Depp, okay? Yeah, you know, there's money involved, but I think that his motives were different, okay? And so when the money card comes out, I assume automatically I go to her. And she's not going to be happy, I don't think, with the results of this outcome, because it's not going to be the money that she's hoping for. Let me pull one more. 10 of Wands upright. So this is kind of, in tarot, I don't like to say there's endings, but 10 is kind of the conclusion of a phase or a transition period. It's kind of, you know, it's showing her at the end of the day. She's exhausted, right? This is a nice 10 of Wands. I like this one because we have somebody here that has worked all day. She's tired. She's exhausted. She's probably hungry. She wants to just go in, change her clothes, sit down, relax, have something to eat and go to bed, right? That's that 10. Okay, she's made it. She's at the end of her day. It's the end of the day. It doesn't mean that another day isn't coming, but it is the conclusion or the end of that day. And so this is a transition card. It's the end of something and a new beginning of another. And I feel like this is going to, this result of this verdict is going to be an ending, so to speak, of an era, okay, between these two individuals. And I think that that's a good sign that we are kind of leaning towards more of a Johnny Depp outcome. I don't think that there's going to be a whole lot of financial money involved in it. I don't know if, and I'll go into what I pulled yesterday because that'll kind of like sum this up, and then I'll end the video because I ended up being an hour out anyways. So much for my quick read. But this to me symbolizes the ending of an era. And the era that we are talking about to me is how this has been so one-sided for so many years. Not to everyone, but it has been for the majority of people one-sided. Everybody believed her, right? Everybody was thinking that this person was being abused. And it comes to find out that not only was she probably not being abused, but she was the actual abuser. Okay? I probably shouldn't have said that word here. But, you know, it just, to me, it symbolizes that that's going to be no more. That's ending, okay? So as far as money is concerned, I don't think that money is going to be the biggest result from this case. Now, to go over what I pulled yesterday, I pulled a card, and it was that Chariot, that 7. And when I pulled it, the question I had asked, how I had formulated it, I remember asking about the outcome of the case or the verdict, and that card came out and it was upright. And everybody to me looked like they were in unison. And there was another card I can't remember, but basically what I was wondering is, because the number of the card matched the number of jurors that are going to be deliberating, 7. I started thinking about 7 again, and I thought, oh, wait a minute, we have another 7 that's very important, and that's the 7 million that she was awarded from her divorce settlement. And I looked at that card, and I started thinking about it, and with the other cards that came out, I thought to myself, is there a possibility that neither one will win what they are seeking, but it could be a Johnny Depp win, and maybe they don't award him $50 million, but they award him the $7 million that he gave her in divorce settlement. Could they do something like that? I don't know. But with the cards that came out, I thought, oh my God, is it possible that they're going to say, hey, you know what? We believe, you know, he's innocent, and, you know, maybe she defamed him, and, you know, we believe that he lost, work and money and finances and a whole host of mental things due to this person. And we're going to award him, we're not going to award him $50 million, but we are going to award him the money that he dished out for her to donate. She never donated it. And I wonder if they can just award him $7 million. They know that she has that money, or at least she did. She can, at least that's feasible for her to pay. and it is not going to be what she wants. That's going to be a huge blow to her, I think, if that were the case. So that's kind of what I thought, because when I pulled, like I said yesterday, I had a couple of sevens, and with some of the other cards, it just kind of dawned on me, there's something about this number 7. You know, we've got 7 jurors, but then that money, that 7 million, popped into my head. So is that a possibility? And I don't know, you know, the ins and outs of being a juror and how they make decisions, and can they change that amount? Can they say, yeah, we vote in his favor, but not for 50 million, but we'll say 7 million? I don't know. You'll have to let me know, but that's kind of what I was leaning towards. So anyway, guys, I will see you in a week or so, and it's going to be really interesting to see the outcome of this case. It's been very interesting to watch, and until then, I will see you guys soon, and I hope everyone's doing well. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye.